Well, aloha! It's Friday. Well, here we are. Can you believe it? It's actually the beginning of May. Wow. We are now 5 months into the new year. And job reports came out today for last month, and it was pretty good. Didn't look like the jobs fell. So that's fantastic news. But the economic woes are still beginning to happen. You know, the president has said that prices are going to come up and we're just going to have to suck it up for a while. So there is the possibility of an economic slowdown. And let's look at what that means for the housing market. You know, the talk about the economy is all over the news, and the odds of a recession are rising this year. It's leaving a lot of people wondering what it means for the value of their home and their buying power. Well, let's take a look at some historical data to show what happened in the housing market during each recession going back to the 1980s. And the facts may actually surprise you. A recession doesn't mean home prices will fall. Many people think that if a recession hits, home prices will fall like they did in 2008. But that was an exception, not the rule. It was the only time the market saw such a steep drop in prices, and it hasn't happened since. Now, there were other things that went on during that period, and mainly because inventory is still so low overall. Even in markets where the number of homes for sale has started to rise this year, inventory is still far below the oversupply of homes that led up to the housing crash. Now, remember, it was the housing crash, that was the banking issues, a lot of things. It came into that 2008 issue. In fact, according to the data from Cotality, formerly CoreLogic, in 4 of the last 6 recessions, home prices actually went up. So, like 1980, it went up 6.1%. 1981, 3.5%. 1999, it did drop 1.9%. 2001, 6.6% up. Now, 2008, big drop. But again, there were issues with mortgages, with the home loans, all sorts of things happened. You have to remember it was a bad financial time. Prices dropped 19.7%. 2020, prices up 6%. So don't assume a recession will lead to a significant drop in home values. The data simply doesn't support that idea. Instead, home prices usually follow whatever trajectory they're already on. And right now, national home prices are still rising, just at a more normal pace. Now, mortgage rates typically decline during recessions. While home prices tend to stay on their current path, mortgage rates usually drop during economic slowdowns. Again, looking at the data from the last 6 recessions, mortgage rates fell each time. 1980, they fell 0.425%. 1981, 5%. 1991, 2.25%. 2001, 0.63, not much of a fall. 2008, they actually fell 0.1%, and 2020, 0.1%. So a recession means rates could decline. And while that would help with your buying power, don't expect the rates to return to that 3% that we had back then during the pandemic. Bottom line, the answer to the recession question is still unknown, but the odds have gone up. However, that doesn't mean you have to worry about what it means for the housing market or the value of your home. Historical data tells us what usually happens. So, if you have questions, get a hold of me. My contact information will be below in the comments. And listen, you have a good weekend. It's the first weekend in May. Should be a nice time to go look at homes. Weather's not going to be very hot. I don't think we're going to get really any rain. So go out and enjoy the weekend. Enjoy May while we can. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? All right. You know, it's Aloha Friday. No work till Monday. Well, of course, unless you're in retail sales, you're in hospitality, or you're in real estate, and then we're working this weekend. All right, well, you have a great weekend. Go look at homes or prep your house for sale. All right, now, aloha. See you next week.